Welcome back to Kindness Stories, where we share true stories of everyday people whose kindness, courage, and resilience remind us that there is good in the world, even when it seems hidden. If you love stories that inspire you to be better, stronger, and kinder, make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and stay with us until the end because today's story will stay in your heart for a long time. Asterisk, this is the story of Maya, a young girl whose quiet strength turned one of the worst days of her life into a moment that transformed her entire school. Maya was 15 when it happened. She wasn't the most popular girl. She didn't have designer shoes or the newest phone. She lived with her grandmother in a small house on the edge of town, where the lawn was always a bit overgrown and the paint was peeling. Maya didn't mind. She loved her grandmother more than anyone in the world and always helped her with the chores, the cooking, and the gardening. She was the kind of girl who'd share her lunch with a stray cat or walk an elderly neighbor's dog in the rain. Asterisk, but the other kids didn't see Maya's kindness. They only saw her old shoes, her outdated backpack, and the hand-me-down clothes she wore to school. Some of them whispered behind her back, giggled when she walked by, or posted cruel things online. But Maya kept her head down. She focused on her studies, her friends, though there weren't many, and her dream of becoming a nurse one day. She believed in keeping her heart soft, even in a world that felt harsh. Asterisk, one Monday morning, Maya stood at her locker, carefully putting away her books. She was wearing her favorite shirt that day. It was simple, but her grandmother had sewn little embroidered flowers along the sleeves, making it special. She felt pretty in it, a rare feeling she wished she could hold on to forever. Asterisk, as she turned to head to class, she didn't notice the three girls approaching from behind. They were the queens of the hallway, always surrounded by people who laughed at their jokes. No matter how cruel, the leader, Chloe, had decided that Maya was her target that day. Maybe it was because Maya's gentle nature made her an easy mark, or maybe it was because someone like Maya reminded Chloe of everything she hated in herself. Nobody knew. Asterisk, Chloe stepped in front of Maya, blocking her path. Her friends, Olivia and Jenna, flanked her sides like loyal guards. Maya felt her stomach twist. She looked down, hoping they'd leave her alone if she didn't make eye contact. Asterisk, where'd you get that ugly shirt? Chloe sneered, her voice dripping with mock sweetness. Did your grandma find it in the trash? Asterisk, Maya's cheeks burned. She tried to step aside, but Chloe moved with her. Olivia and Jenna giggled. Sensing a show, Asterisk, I asked you a question. Chloe said, is your grandma so poor she can't even buy you clothes from a thrift store? Asterisk, Maya swallowed the lump in her throat. She didn't want to cry. She knew that would only make it worse. She took a deep breath and said softly, my grandma made it for me. Please let me go to class. Asterisk, a chorus of fake ahs echoed down the hall. Chloe leaned in closer, her eyes glinting with something dark. That's so cute, she said. Let's see how well your grandma sews. Asterisk, before Maya could react, Chloe grabbed the sleeve of her shirt and yanked hard. The stitches ripped apart with a harsh sound. Maya gasped, trying to pull away, but Olivia grabbed her other arm. The hallway filled with the sound of laughter as students turned to watch. Asterisk, stop. Maya whispered. Please stop. Asterisk, but Chloe wasn't done. She tore at the shirt again, this time pulling so hard that the fabric ripped down the side. The embroidered flowers fell to the floor like petals torn from a stem. Maya stood frozen, her bare shoulder exposed, humiliation flooding through her. She could hear the clicks of phones capturing the moment forever. Asterisk, satisfied, Chloe dropped the torn fabric and pushed Maya back. The force sent her stumbling against the lockers. Chloe flipped her hair, smirked at the onlookers, and strutted away with her minions. The hallway buzzed with whispers, laughter, and the sting of 100 eyes watching her. Asterisk, Maya's hands shook as she tried to cover herself. She felt so small, so raw, like her soul had been stripped, along with her shirt. But even in that moment, something inside her refused to break completely. She gathered the torn pieces, hugging them to her chest, and walked as quickly as she could to the bathroom. She could hear the laughter echoing behind her, but she didn't look back. Asterisk, inside the bathroom, Maya locked herself in a stall. She sat on the toilet lid, clutching the pieces of her shirt. Tears streamed down her cheeks, but she didn't sob out loud. She pressed her fist to her mouth to keep quiet. She didn't want to give them the satisfaction of hearing her cry. Asterisk, after what felt like forever, she wiped her tears and took a deep breath. She looked at the fabric, in her hands the little flowers her grandmother had stitched with such care. Maya thought about her grandma's smile, her warm hugs, her gentle voice that always said, "You're stronger than you think, my love." Asterisk in that tiny bathroom stall. Maya decided she wouldn't hide. She wouldn't let Chloe's cruelty define her. She wasn't just some poor girl with torn clothes. She was her grandmother's granddaughter. She was kind, strong, and brave, and she would show them. Asterisk Maya pulled out her phone and took a picture of the torn shirt. She posted it online with a message. "They tore my shirt today to make me feel small. My grandma made this for me with her love and her hands that ache every night from arthritis. I will wear my grandma's love every day, and no one can tear that away." Asterisk she didn't expect anyone to notice. But when she stepped out of the bathroom, holding her books against her chest to cover herself, something strange happened. Another girl, Emily, saw her. Emily had always been quiet too. She looked at Maya, at the torn shirt, and without saying a word, she took off her own cardigan and draped it over Maya's shoulders. Asterisk thank you. Maya whispered. Asterisk Emily just nodded. "You don't deserve this." Asterisk by the time Maya got home that afternoon, her phone was buzzing with messages. Her post had spread through the school and beyond. People were commenting, sharing, and sending her words of support. Some students even called out Chloe and her friends, saying enough was enough. Asterisk the next morning, Maya didn't stay home. She wore another shirt her grandmother had made, this one with tiny sunflowers on the collar. When she walked into school, she felt every eye on her, but this time they weren't laughing. Some looked guilty, others smiled. Emily walked beside her, her head held high. Asterisk at lunch, something even more unexpected happened. A few students came up to Maya's table and sat with her. They told her they were sorry for not standing up for her before. They asked if they could learn to sew with her grandmother, to make their own shirts like hers. Maya felt warmth blossom in her chest. She realized she wasn't alone anymore. Asterisk meanwhile, Chloe and her friends faced the consequences. The video of them tearing Maya's shirt had gone viral. Teachers, parents, and even the school board got involved. Chloe was suspended. Her friends were too. But the bigger punishment was that they lost the power they once held over everyone else. The fear they thrived on had turned into disgust and disappointment. They weren't admired anymore, they were pitied. Asterisk Maya didn't want revenge. She wanted change, and that's exactly what happened. Inspired by her bravery, the students started a kindness club. They organized clothing drives for families who needed help. They made friendship bracelets and gave them out to people having a bad day. They put up posters with encouraging words in the hallways. Maya's grandmother even hosted sewing workshops at the community center, teaching kids how to stitch their own clothes. Each piece a little reminder that love can't be torn apart. Asterisk years later, Maya graduated with honors. She went to nursing school, just like she always dreamed. She never forgot that day in the hallway, or how it felt to stand alone with her shirt in tatters. But she also never forgot the cardigan Emily gave her, the warmth of new friends, and the way her grandmother's love held her together when everything else fell apart. Asterisk Maya's story became more than a tale of bullying. It became a story of courage, kindness, and community. It reminded everyone that you never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. It showed that standing up doesn't always mean shouting back. It can mean holding your head high, speaking your truth, and refusing to let cruelty harden your heart. Asterisk, so if you ever feel like Maya did, small, humiliated, broken, remember her story. Remember that no one can tear away the love that makes you who you are. And sometimes the worst moments bring out the best in people. Sometimes your quiet strength can change everything. Asterisk, thank you for listening to Maya's story. Today, if it touched your heart, please share it with someone who needs a reminder that they are not alone. Let's spread kindness, one story at a time. Don't forget to subscribe to Kindness Stories, where we share real moments of hope, compassion, and resilience every week. Together, we can make the world a little softer, a little kinder, and a lot more loving. Asterisk, until next time, keep your heart gentle, your courage strong. Asterisk.